Well, here's my review of the Fox shocks that I put on. There's some things I want to change. There's some things I want to do. Let's get into it. Cheers. So the first big thing is shocks are great. They ride great, especially on dirt roads, everything like that. They ride fantastic. I'm gonna put in some video of me riding about 50 miles an hour down a dirt road, and it was lovely, honestly. Going through that was great. And they ride like a dream. The one thing that I have noticed, the biggest thing that I've noticed while driving is when you go over like a speed bump really quickly, the tires drop down at such a rate that it seems like it's almost oversprung. So knowing that, I would have probably gone with the 550 spring rate. I talked to Chad at All Doug's Off-Road. We haven't really come to anything yet. I'm gonna ride around with them like this for a while, and just if I have any issues, I'll just contact him and go from there. The other big thing about these that I've noticed is the front is significantly higher now. I am not a Palatka lean kind of guy. I'm not a fucking Carolina lean, whatever you want to call it, kind of guy. So I'm gonna jack up the rear end and move my shackle down, because I've got the Z1 1.5 inch shackle for the lift kit. I'm gonna move it down finally to the bottom, or to the top ring. So that's what I'm gonna do today. But I'll take y'all along with that. For right now, let me show you the footage of me taking the truck off-road and down. It's down a minor dirt road. It's nothing super aggressive, but it's a minor dirt road. But I was going 50 and I felt like I was in control. It was fantastic. I felt like I had good contact with the ground, and the rebound and everything was just non-existent. But here's a video of that real quick. And then from there, I'll get us back into jagging this up and lowering my shackle in the back, and I'll show you how I'm doing that too. Okay, so I have the truck jacked up, and as you can see, here is the shackle that Z1 sent me that I have on the lower setting than the higher setting. So I'm gonna take this bolt out and replace it and put it in that top setting. That's just a bunch of grease. I'll undo that and then go from there. But I have been riding in the lower setting, which I almost think is a stock setting. So I'm gonna get that finally jacked up so that it kind of matches the front. Let's go from there. So the big deal is with this is getting the bolt out and then back in. You gotta use some form of punch to get the bolt back out. And then now getting it back in, you have to just get the truck high enough to put the bolt back in and line it through, and hopefully not crush your gasket, not your gasket, but your grease fitting. So I could always take it out, but I like to live dangerously. Screw it. Here we go. So, pro tip, take off the grease fitting. It just makes things easier. I'm not as dangerous as I thought I was gonna be. I'm just a pain in the ass sometimes. Why make things hard on yourself, Drew? So yeah, this side is done. We're at the top of it this time. As you can see here, we're at the top. So that's the top setting. You're gonna wanna drop down and put weight on this so that it's not abnormally high, and then tighten your stuff down. But I'll give you the torque specs after I look them up again. And once I get the other side done. So let me get the other side done and then we'll go from there. So I feel like you can see it better on this side, but there's the old hole, this is the new hole. It wasn't really a new hole, it's just not the one I was using. I was using this one, not this one, which gives that more height up. So there's the bottom of the shackle, there's the more height. But yeah, that was kind of a bear because you have to drop the tire down. So it's a little more in depth than I thought, but I got it done within the time limit that I wanted to get it done. So that's always a good thing. I'm gonna grease this bad boy up and then, yeah, move on to bigger and better things. All right, so there you have it. 2.5 inches in the front, and then the 1.5 inch in the back, I believe, is how tall that Z1 spacer is. I just feel like it's more level. The other thing that I've been really fighting is the headlights. The headlights have been shining in people's eyes and they've been flashing me, and it gets annoying. So yeah, like I said, it's kind of annoying getting flashed by people who think I have my blinders on when I don't have my blinders on. But I do have the Pro 4X lights. They're already bright, so I know if I tilt them up at all, it's gonna blind somebody. So it's at least nice to do that. But yeah, I've got the shackles on. I've got everything set up, and with the shackles on the back, I didn't mention before, but I'll mention now, is 78 foot-pounds of torque on that bolt. So torque your bolts down, always do it to spec, do what they say. You can find it on Z1 usually, typically, if you buy their products. So they're pretty good about that. The other thing is just the overall update. Foxer's doing great. Love them. Love the way they ride. I love the state of my vehicle right now. I love the way the stance is. I love the tires and everything. So now I'm at the point of, what do I want to spend my money on next? Leave me a comment saying what you want to see on this next, if you even care. I know it's not a lot of us watching these videos, but I appreciate the ones that do. The other thing that I may think about doing is these wheels. They're nice, but I'm not crazy about them. I don't really like them that much. I love the tires. Tires are great. BFGs all day, every day. If I were to ever go bigger, I'd probably only go to 33 1250s. But the wheels, they're okay, but I'm more of an all blacked out kind of guy. I do like the Pro 4X with the fake bead locks. So if anybody wants to sell me some fake bead locks or trade me some fake bead locks for these ones, and they like these ones better, let me know. But yeah, otherwise leave me a comment. Tell me what you want to see. Maybe a roof rack. I've got lights and a light bar and a winch, and you know, there's only so much you can go to after a while. I'm sure that's what happens to other people's videos. That's why they stop producing them as much as they used to. So otherwise, yeah, like, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. I don't care. But I appreciate it, guys. Cheers.